it was my mum, and I just lost her maybe 5, 6 weeks ago. I didn't know what to do. I could talk to my husband, but I felt it was a bit close at times, that I didn't want to burden him. So when I came home and I opened up my email about a week after that, and I saw this email from you about the grieving good and feeling better, and I thought, what's grieving good? So I opened it up and decided then and there that I would get stuck in and start to do it. It gave me something to focus on other than just being immersed in my own emotional journey. Can I say the whole experience of just immersing myself in the training was a healing process in itself. And whilst at times it brought out the rawness of what I was feeling, it was also like a safety rope for me to hold on to and guide me through the different processes that steered me in the direction that I needed to go in. So it was healing, and in that it was insightful, it was relevant, and it kind of gave me validation for what I was feeling and what I had been going through without actually understanding it. So it gave me an awareness and much more mindful of how I could progress through it. Then we found out that she had lung cancer, and the lung cancer actually started to grow rapidly. And so we were dealing with the fact that I couldn't move her, B, she couldn't move, and also she was suffering from onset of dementia. So a lot of things she wasn't able to understand or couldn't retain. And I found that the explanations in the course in relation to the anticipatory grief afterwards made a lot of sense. And the dealing with the fact that she was not able to completely understand and comprehend what was happening to her, and also what we needed to do in relation to moving forward with her, became a challenge on its own. So the information in the course was really relevant and helpful in allowing me to understand and putting a name, I suppose, to what I went through with her in that journey. And as I said, it lasted, 3-4 months with Mum, and eventually with her passing, there were so many things that I had to deal with that I never actually had time to grieve, and I had to stay strong for her. So the course gave me a way of understanding that I am allowed to grieve. I can be able to release my emotions, and it's healthier for me to do so. And also understanding like the fact that when I wasn't sleeping at night, or the feelings of overwhelm I would get when I would be out somewhere and I'd be reminded, or just even thinking about what we had planned for the future and understanding that, that wasn't going to happen. The course gave me that insight, and I was so comforted by that it allowed me to just work through at my own time, and use it as a resource to go back to, which I have done. I found it really good to write notes as I progress through, and I go back and I read those, and it put it in perspective for me. And I found it really helpful because I'm not one to talk about grief. So I was able to then open up and share with others that what my journey was, but also to listen in a more comfortable, authentic way to others that were going through the same process, the same grief, and that we all grieve differently. We all grieve. I feel a lot more settled with my grief, if that makes sense. in that the insight that I gained from the material, just knowing that there are certain resources that I can go to. There's a lot of books, there's a lot of movies that are, listed in the resources at the completion of the course. And yeah, I think that it just is a comfort. It's definitely helped me in the healing. Oh, look, if at the beginning, as I said, I wouldn't have thought, how would you grieve good or feel better? But definitely just progressing through the course has helped me. And I would say to others, if you're in that situation or you feel like you haven't got any way out, then perhaps taking on board this course and even using some of the resources, definitely do it. Now's a good time. I wasn't really ready at the time that it was first offered to me, but obviously my situation's changed, and for anyone else, timing is, important. And when you're ready, or even if you think that you might be able to help somebody else through their grief, it's a great course to do that on, definitely. And yeah, do it. And good luck.